Welcome to the New Hampshire Office of Planning and Development Training, Recording, and Information series. This new series will provide you with a new learning opportunity through creating short or mini learning modules on various planning and zoning topics. These modules will be followed up by a short quiz to let you test your knowledge. All the modules will be posted on our website, which you can check out here. This mini learning module is called Meeting Minutes: What, When, and How. It will explore the statutory requirements for producing and posting minutes for both public meetings and non-public sessions. So let's begin by reviewing the governance statutes. RSA 91-A:2 requires all public meetings to be open to the public and establishes criteria for minutes and their posting deadline. RSA 91-A:3 establishes the rules for conducting non-public sessions and criteria for the minutes and their posting deadline. RSA 91-A:4 establishes the parameters for minutes and records available for public inspection, and RSA 676:3 sets requirements relative to the Land Use Board voting on approval or disapproval or denying a motion for a hearing and reflecting a decision in the minutes. So what exactly does the law require to be in the minutes? Let's look at the public meetings or hearings first. In the left column, we've listed what is statutorily required to be in the minutes of a public meeting: the names of members, persons appearing before the public body, brief description of the subject matter discussed, final decisions and actions taken, including calling the meeting to order and adjournment, and names of members who made or seconded each motion. And then there's certain things that are not required by law, but are very helpful to be in the minutes of a public meeting or hearing. You will see that this is a more comprehensive list, which includes those items required by law as well, and they are highlighted in green. Date, time, place, and type of meeting, list of board members present, excused, and absent, and appointed alternates, list of applicants, agents, members of the public, and others present, time that the meeting was called to order and time of adjournment, summaries of subject matter discussed, motions, who made them, seconded, and vote itself, public input received on any topic with names of those providing it, a mark for either draft or approved minutes when approved and which amendments, and a signature block for recording secretary or chair. RSA 676:3 also requires that when a local land use board votes to approve or disapprove applications or denies a motion for a hearing, it should be reflected in minutes of the meeting at which such vote was taken, including the decisions containing the reasons therefor and all conditions. Now we will review what the non-public session minutes should include by law. Turns out it is mostly the same things that are required in the public meeting minutes: names of members, persons appearing before the public body, brief discussion of the matter discussed, final decisions or actions taken, including calling the meeting to order and adjournment, names of members who made or seconded each motion, and record of the vote of each member for all actions. Going into non-public session has its rules, like specifying the reason why and deciding whether to seal the minutes, also for a specific set of reasons. All of these are listed in the checklist prepared by the New Hampshire Municipal Association in the link to which you see on the right. Download it and use it in your board business when going into non-public session. When the board goes into non-public session, it is always helpful to provide as much information about the process of going into the non-public session and resuming the public session in the minutes of the public meeting itself. Here's a list of what you can put in the public meeting minutes when you go into non-public session, for which you will keep separate minutes and/or use the checklist from New Hampshire Municipal Association linked to the previous slide. Motion, including statutory reasons to go into non-public session according to RSA 91-A:3, and recorded roll call vote. Time non-public session began, motion to re-enter public session and recorded roll call vote, names of members and other persons who were present during the non-public session, motion including the reasons for sealing non-public minutes and recorded roll call vote. And remember, the vote to seal the minutes should be taken after the public session has been reconvened. As for making the minutes available for the public inspection, the law requires that all public meeting minutes be made available within 5 business days from the date of the meeting. When it comes to non-public sessions, rules are stricter and the minutes have to be made available within 72 hours from the date of the meeting if they're not sealed. If there's a vote to seal the minutes, then a list of all sealed non-public minutes shall be kept, which should be reviewed periodically for the purpose of determining whether they could be unsealed based on the reasons used to seal them. Along with the minutes, all notes and materials used to prepare the minutes must also be made available for the public to inspect. These have to be kept until the draft minutes are officially approved by the board. Now that we've covered statutory requirements, let's get to some do's and don'ts for those of you who take minutes. As a minute taker, please do make brief summaries of discussions that took place, whereas motions should be taken down almost verbatim. Identify items using the meeting agenda if one exists. Add line items to your draft minutes document. Use the recording and take notes. Please don't transcribe minutes verbatim. Guess what was said. Instead, ask to repeat if unsure. Keep the minute document unformatted, or send the draft minutes to the members and/or chair for approval before posting. Your job is to accurately record what was said in the meeting, not what was implied or what you thought somebody meant. As a board member, here are some do's and don'ts for you to keep in mind. Please do repeat the motion or ask the minute taker if it was clearly understood. Make amendments to the draft minutes clear and discuss them in a public setting. Take turns speaking. Read the draft minutes before you get to the meeting. Please don't be vague when making motions. Interrupt or speak over others. Expect the minute taker to know what you meant. Minutes are a record of what had been said and not implied. Keep a large backlog of unapproved minutes. Allow to pre-approve the draft minutes by one board member before posting them. Always be mindful of the minute taker and their ability to understand what you're trying to say. This slide provides our contact information as well as the link to our training website. Thank you for watching our Minutes Mini Learning module. We hope you enjoyed our session today. There's a short mini quiz that will follow where you can test your knowledge.